Now, most of us will admit that we're not at our most pleasant or our best first thing in the morning. So imagine having to be bright and breezy every day, not just with your partner and kids, but for the entire nation. Thankfully, our final guest always seems to be as fresh as a daisy. And as a presenter on Daybreak, don't scoff at me, makes getting out of bed that little bit easier for the rest of us. Here she is, the always fragrant Kate Garraway.
About that,
what are you like when that alarm clock goes off?
I still hate it. I don't think anything changes the pain of a 2:30 alarm clock. It's just, I know it's miserable. You'd just be coming in, wouldn't you, you lot? You're all out partying and having fun. Yeah. But no, it is early. But then when you're up, you know what it's like. You know, you work with a nice team, I work with a nice team. You go in and everyone's up and about and, you know, the kettle's on. And
do they feed you properly?
They do a lovely croissant. They do a lovely croissant on Daybreak. So that makes a big difference.
So.
Yeah, you live on breakfast and cereal. You were talking about cereal. Live on croissants and cereal all day if you could.
But you must never have an evening out then. You don't go out at night.
No, I sort of put the kids to bed and then I'm begging them. I'm saying, just one story, Mummy's got to go to sleep. So I'm desperate to get them into bed so I could go to bed. Yeah.
You go to bed in the day so you can go out in the evening.
Do you know, I used to. You used to be my nap call. I used to settle down in bed under the duvet and watch you and then have a little afternoon nap. But now I've got a slightly different job. I have to work.
What are you saying? We sent you to sleep?
No, I love it. I love it. But now I don't get to watch as much because I do a bit more work in the afternoon now, annoyingly. So, I don't get to see you.
The new job is far more glitzy and glamorous than the average job, isn't it? You're hobnobbing with the biggest stars in the world.
I know, it's amazing. I mean, I got to go to the Oscars this year, which is incredible. I think anybody thinks, going to the Oscars, it's amazing.
Was it what you expected?
It was crazy, you know, it's crazy. And funny enough, I mean, I'm going to talk about going to Africa. I went to Africa the day before where £40 changed the life of an entire community. Yeah. And then I went to a place where they were having £1 million goodie bags. And it's just bonkers. Well, it does, because I thought, God, I just paid £40 for an overpriced salad. And you could very easily, I think, get very cross about the disparity in the world. But I guess that it also makes a huge amount of money, the entertainment industry, and breeds jobs, and we all love it, and it makes us laugh and makes us smile. So if people are prepared to pay and we all enjoy it, then that's what it's about, I guess, isn't it?
So the charity that you're involved in is called CARE.
It is. Well, CARE International is the main one, and the new arm of it is called LendWithCare.org, and it's a lovely idea, I think. The idea is that if you're in the developing world, I've just recently set up my own business, and it's a big struggle. As we all know, it's a big challenge for anybody to get loans and investment and all that kind of thing. So it's very difficult, but if you're in the developing world, it's near impossible, really, because you're a bad risk. Nobody wants to lend money to you. So the idea is that CARE International work with local people. They help them develop business plans. And when we take business, we're not talking about things like my website. We're talking about, I want a stall to put my, you know, donuts on, rather than just sell it literally in the gutter. You know, it's basic stuff. And you can go onto the website and you can see the people there and the dreams they have and the things they want, and lend them £15, £50, £500, whatever you can afford, and they will then pay you back.
So helping people help themselves.
If you're not giving to charity, you're loaning.
You're loaning it, and you're loaning it to the individual. That's what I like about it.
And because making them self-sufficient,
and I met so many lovely, often women, always women, you know, haven't got, the man isn't around, either died or just not there for all sorts of reasons, and they're making a difference to their lives. They can now send their children to school because of a £15 loan, and it's just extraordinary.
Can you personally track how they're doing in their business?
You can. Right. So they write to you and they pay you back every month, and they tell you how the business is going on, and they put updates on the website, and you know, which I think is a great idea. And so you're sort of giving them a leg up and a helping hand rather than a handout. That's why I think of it, which I think is lovely.
Microfinancing.
Yeah,
Well,
that's great.
Well, good on you for getting involved.
Yes.
Because it's not like you haven't got enough on.
Well,
we were talking earlier about the difference between girls and boys, and Billy is how old now?
He's 20 months now. So I've been saying he's a year old, trying to cling to the babydom, but he's actually nearly 2 now, so I've got to let it go.
And have you noticed the difference between him?
Well, yeah, I have. I mean, we were talking about maybe having we're talking about male role models, weren't you? And I have to say, his favourite toy at the moment is a pink doll and a pink pushchair, which he takes everywhere with him. So he might need a bit of roughy-tufty male. I'm not sure Derek's doing his bit at the moment, but I think there is definitely a need for male role models in girls and boys, really. But you know, I do think boys probably do need to see some good men in their lives, don't they, around them?
But it's the sports, isn't it? It's the football and the rugby.
him to Little Kickers.
I'm sure you do,
It's
but-
hilarious. There's a lovely little club called Little Kickers. He can barely stand. And every time they put the ball in front of him, he picks it up and cuddles it like a doll.
We like
So he doesn't
your
really
son.
get the idea of the whole
Because
thing.
I do the same thing on
Do
a
you?
Saturday mornings,
Yeah.
and then as they get good on their feet, they go, OK, now it's time for the mummies to do a goal. And you have to stand up in front of everyone and be rubbish at football. It's so humiliating.
I go back to school. Yeah, I know. So, yeah, I think it is good because you do want boys, you know, you think of them as little bullocks, don't they, as they get older and teenagers. And I love the idea that they're good at sport and they get rid of all that energy. But girls need that too.
So are you ambitious for a big kitchen? Have you got a big kitchen?
Do you
Does
know,
everything happen
I
there?
totally disagree with you, Carol. This is not for the first time.
Here.
Because I think it's good we're all obsessed with kitchens now. Because you know, when you're growing up, everybody had a posh room, a kind of, they used to call it parlour, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which no one ever went into. And you all crammed into this
Parlour?
tiny... Well, I mean, we didn't have that, but
Yeah,
you
you
had to
called
call
it
it.
living room, your front
It was the
room.
posh room, your front room. You know, your front room, whatever you called it.
Talk northern together.
Oh, sorry, yeah, home counties. But, you know, you had this lovely room which no one ever went into, and your kitchen was tiny, cramped and horrible, whereas we knocked down a wall and made our kitchen spacious. That's where our sofa is, that's where our telly is, because that's where you are.
A dining
You're
room. Just
cooking.
gets rid of a dining
Don't
room,
need a
doesn't
dining
it?
room, just
No.
accept the fact you're all going to live in the kitchen
Yeah,
round
but
the
you still
table
don't
with a cup
need
of
all
tea.
them cupboards.
No.
Oh, you do.
Well done on raising awareness on a really great cause. Thanks for coming in today. Kate Garraway, everyone.